Welcome, everybody. My name is Maxi Lichtenberg, and I'm here with Toks Coker, Queen of Alchemy, Hands of Light. So thank you, Toks, for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. I've been a student of Toks's for many, many years, and now Toks has something very special to share with us. So I'm excited to do a short interview and ask her a lot of questions about this fantastic opportunity which is coming up, and we'll dive right in. Toks, so tell us a little bit about your work so far and your spiritual work. What do you do?
Well, I help people ignite the light in their lives. You see, so many people are going through stresses in life and living life, and life happens that they forget to feed their soul. They forget to nourish themselves. They forget to know that they are important and they matter and they are a light. They are just as important as the stars, and they are a star. So every single person alive has a soul that is worthy of respect and honor. And the soul is boss, not your money, not your relationship, not your negative thoughts, not your limiting beliefs. Your soul, which is the pure essence of you, is boss.
Wow. And how do you help people at the moment? What are your offerings that you do with people? How do you serve at the moment?
I'm offering packages, so people can contact me and I can share the packages. So I have a monthly package that I offer. So 3 hours for a certain price and whatever. And we have yearly packages. And the idea is to allocate time. So sometimes we start with a reading with cards. And from the initial reading with the cards, we then activate and see what it is and where you are. Working with the energy of now, with the reality of your life. And from there, working with the magic of cards and crystals and healing and being, of course, a certified life coach, I'm able to activate the mind, body, and spirit and help them to make the shifts if they are ready and willing to do so. So I use various tools according to the need and the requirement of the lovely being of light in front of me.
That's such a privilege to work with you. I've worked with Toks for many, many years. We've done new moon and full moon chemical gatherings, and we've also worked one-to-one, so I can really attest to that Toks is fantastic in her work, her professionalism, her experience, and her talent and ability to be embodied presence and to work with spirit and guides. And it's been truly transformational and wonderful working with you. So thank you again. And I know Toks has many, many legions of light walking on this earth who come to her to seek transformation, and our lives are truly changed. And we've become sort of light codes, activated light codes, and family. And we've been together for many years, actually.
So we anchor in the divine being, and we make sure that what we're anchoring is with the light. Because sometimes you can call in something that is not of the light, but you think it is. So working to activate your self-mastery, your own self-development, your spiritual development, is so important for you to be able to know when you're anchoring with the true light, the divine light, and when you're anchoring with your ego. Because sometimes the ego will be so big that you think you're connecting to the divine, but actually it's your thought process. Knowing how to discern, the aspect of discernment is very important in spiritual work and in just daily life. And attachment, not being too attached to an outcome, because sometimes things don't go your way, and then you have to deal with that. And that's the reality of life. Life is not always fair. Life doesn't always go the way you plan. Life, as they say, happens. And when it does, it's having that spiritual power to cry, to be miserable, to be sad, to be depressed, and then come out, go, okay, I've been depressed enough, time for me to heal. So healing is not the absence of unhappiness, but the absolute confidence that happiness and healing will happen.
Wow, yes.
And thank you. And we go with the energy that you bring. You see, healing may be fast for somebody and may be slow for you. Healing may happen immediately for you, or it may take months, weeks, or even years. And that is how we're working energetically with your karma. We're teaching you with your limiting beliefs, with your doubts, with your fears. How many times are we all living in fear? That is why when we talk about opening to more, opening your life to more happiness, opening to more financial abundance, opening to better relationship, opening your life more to calmness, to peace, to focus. It's so important. As you journey with your spiritual journey and do your soul journey, you begin to realize, as you open to more, I need to open to even more. So let's say you are needing to open, you're feeling depressed or suicidal. And perhaps you even attempt to kill yourself and you don't succeed, or you meet someone like me or like Maxine, who anchors and ignites the light in you. And in so doing, you begin to have hope. And perhaps there's a light in the tunnel. And you start to breathe. You start to breathe a new life force, new pranic energy into your life. You begin to hope. You begin to believe in your self-mastery, your own self-motivation. You begin to feel that, yes, I have a reason. I have a mission. I just have to go one day at a time. A journey of 1,000 steps, 1,000 miles, 1,000 thoughts begins with one step, one thought, one moment in time. So let this moment in time be yours as I invite you to my retreat, Opening to More in Cyprus, from the 8th of November to the 12th of November, where we will be activating the mastery number of 11 on the 11th of November, where we will be anchoring the moon meditation, the power of the moon alchemy on the 12th, where we will be coming together to open our lives to more. So are you ready for your quest, for your soul journey, your spiritual journey? Some people may be coming for mental reasons, some people for emotional reasons, some people just for healing. They're tired. They haven't had time to honor themselves or be in their own time. They haven't had time to love themselves. Opening more for you to love yourself, to really love yourself. Love your nose, your body, your arms, your eyes, just as you are, because you are enough. But sometimes we need to gather in a retreat away from our daily life to remind us in sacred space, in a sacred environment, with just a few people who are gathered to heal, to rejuvenate, to activate their self-mastery, to live in alignment with the soul, an alignment to your true purpose.
Thank you, Toks. Wow, there's so much to unpack here, so much juiciness. This opening to more, you talked about abundance and opening to love, and we heard a lot about diminishing that lower voice of self-criticism and the victimization. So that's so important to come together in a sacred circle and sacred space, and to really allow for change and transformation to happen.
In life, we shrink, we withdraw.
Yeah.
And we have to have expansion. We have to open our life. We have to expand. If we stay still and stagnant, we do not allow ourselves to expand, to grow. We limit. We are frozen in time, frozen in fear. Something has to make us open that letter we're afraid to open. Something has to make us go through the barrier of fear to ask that woman out. Right. To smile at another person. So there are many things where we need to activate our confidence and our courage. So in the retreat, which is going to be quite powerful, we're going to be opening to more. So the opening to more for some people will be, I need to open to have healing. I haven't allocated time for my healing. For some people, they may have a lot of healing, but they haven't had time to digest that healing and sit in a sacred space. They're learning many courses, they're doing many things. and they haven't gathered their energy to see where am I now? Who am I, and what am I opening more to? What is my self-mastery? What is my expansion? What is my alignment? Am I aligning to truth or to money? Am I aligning to my soul or to somebody else's thought about me? Am I giving my power away? Am I depleting my energy? Why am I here? Why am I here? You've been sitting in the silence of your mind or the comfort, and you're doing the same pattern and getting the same results. And you think, you know what? The year is coming to an end. I'm going to go to a retreat away from my norm, and I'm going to sit with like-minded people and open myself to more joy, more happiness, better relationship, new business opportunities, new business goals. And not only that, I'm going to activate and bring in more healing. By the end of the workshop, I determine that I will be happier. I will have an opening to an insight or a decision. I will know more about myself than I've ever known. I will open myself, to my self-mastery. So this retreat really is about you opening yourself to your grandness
and the soul.
And your soul, yes.
Embodying and really incarnating in this body with your soul and your purpose and your vision. And that's what I personally can attest to with the years that I've worked with Toks and doing this spiritual journey. I mean, we are sometimes like a sponge, and we carry so much. We carry so much ancestral karma. But what all this work does is really like embodies us through fierce love and fierce energy, and everything else melts away, and we become a leader in our own life.
We release ourselves from being in prison, being trapped, whether in our mind or our emotions. And what's so interesting is right behind you is this lovely light, like a rainbow, like a moon, you know, like the sun behind you. What your light bulb is radiating light into this vibration. And this is so beautiful. And it's just so nice just looking at you and seeing the orb of light, that circle of completion, opening to more light in your life, opening to more happiness and joy, opening to you recognizing that light. And it just seems so apt that we're having this wonderful conversation together, and this light beaming at us from you. For us to recognize the completion of us. Right. Sometimes feel incomplete. How about coming to a sacred space where you can start to begin to feel complete?
Can you dive into a little bit more what the days will look like once people arrive in your retreat?
Yes. So on the first day, we gather from 4 till 6. So everyone gathers on a Friday and find out what it is people want. Because and then that way I journey the program to suit everyone. So it becomes more specific for them, so they can get the most from the workshop. So in the mornings, we will have yoga. We'll have intensive work. Then we'll have, so you have lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The course is inclusive of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we wake up and hopefully we have a yoga. Then we come into our workshop where we're learning, we're empowering, we're releasing, we're healing. We're going to be having one-to-one sessions. We're going to be teaching you how to heal. So there's going to be a lot of self-healing. You're going to practice healing on others. So it's interactive, lots of questions. It's practical. Then we'll have lunch. After lunch, we come back. Then we'll have dinner, and there's a little rest. Then we're going to have practice in the evenings where we're going to practice what we've learned. And we're going to have one-to-one sessions, private one-to-one sessions. People can book with me if they feel like, oh, I would like more time. And so every morning and every day will be like this. So we'll be working with different topics. And the key concept here is self-mastery, mastering yourself. So of course, there are going to be lots of issues that will come, and I'll be sharing various techniques to help to heal and shift. So you're going to leave with techniques you can use that are powerful. You're going to have a workbook that you can work from, and that you can take with you. You're going to have access to me and to my teaching for quite a while.
And here I must say, yeah, and here I must say that is truly the most joyful thing of all, because everybody who's worked with Toks knows how transformational the work is, and working with her guide, Hands of Light, and the aspect of empowering you to do the work on yourself in future, and to do that work with others, and to show up in the world, having these practical tools is really something that is obviously priceless. And this is the energy work that you do and why we are here.
So on the 11th of November is the master number of 11. So I'm asking everyone on that day to wear white. So everybody will come to the class in white, and we'll be anchoring the vibration and honoring the master 11, which is a holy number, a sacred number, a number of self-mastery. And we'll be doing quite a lot of work to help you to open to more and expand your life, being centered and strong in who you are, not who somebody thinks you should be, but who you truly are. And the next day is the full moon. So we end on the day of the full moon celebrating our fullness.
Wow.
So it's quite significant that the workshop has the triumph of celebration of the moon meditation. And I believe, I believe it's the full moon we're going into. It's the full moon we're going into. I can't remember the exact date. When I'm working,
yes,
like I can't remember dates.
we are up here. We are traveling up here. Oh, that's fantastic, Toks. Thank you so much for making time today to speak to me and to share this message and to share this retreat, because this is in-depth work. This is intensive. I believe the right people will be attracted to come to this retreat, and it will be truly life-changing, as I have experienced myself working with you in Hands of Light.
Thank you.
So, is there anything in closing you'd like to share? Anything about Hands of Light and any closing statements?
You can access me on my website, www.tokscoker.com. I'm sure my Legion of Light will share the link of the workshop with this video. If there's one thing I would say to you today, dear God, Buddha, Allah, Great Spirit, bless the being of lights that are watching this. Protect them, love them, love them, love them, love them, protect them. Open their hearts to more, open their lives to more joy, more happiness, more self-belief, more self-mastery. Above all, open their hearts to learning to love themselves as the divine being that they are. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to opening to more with you, legions. God, Buddha, Allah, Great Spirit, thank you for Legion of Light Maxi, for her beauty, her essence, her purity, above all the radiance of her soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Toks.